What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into this dirty process of this car's project, I'm gonna take you back to a couple days ago, check out what we did before we get to the scene, and I'll see you right back here. Alright boys, we are taking the Saab over to Mako to get a quote. We're going to see what it's going to cost to do the entire car. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so here it is. We just got back from the paint shop. I'm doing a Mako special on this car. They do a decent job over there, and obviously over the course of the last year became pretty friendly with the guy that runs the shop. So good people, and they take care of me pretty nicely. So this is the breakdown. It's gonna cost us, this is the first build. I'm giving you guys all my costs on this stuff, so I hope you enjoy it. It's gonna cost me $700 all in for them to paint the entire car. But I'm gonna be doing all of the prep work with you. I'm gonna be sanding this all down and doing some body filler where the rust is, and then he asked me to do just the primer on the hood. Same with on the fender. And then also, again, in these little rust spots on the dog legs, on the rear quarter, we're gonna do all of the body work, primer, get it ready to just paint. And then from there, I told him I'll remove all of the trim and of course the bumpers. And he said the more you remove, the better the paint job looks. So there's your answer there. And that's what we're gonna end up doing on this entire car is everything such as that. Alright guys, so now that you know what we need to get done on this car, let's actually hop on in and get it done. First things first, we're going to take off the side skirts on the passenger side and driver's side, because in order to take off the fender over here, we need to get access underneath. And also, I want to inspect the dog leg rust scenario that's going on the back before we start sanding down paint. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy this. All right, boys, here is the bottom. It's definitely been worked on before, and I'll probably shave it back, retouch everything, and then put it all back together. Got our work cut out here. I'm not gonna make it perfect, but we're gonna make it better than it is. So that is a good thing. And then the rest of the car, typical normal wear and tear for a car with 200,000 miles. It is what it is. Let's get to the other side. The other side is actually much worse. Alright guys, so this is the side that had its impact at some point before me, and this entire side has been painted, and as you can see, somebody who did the paint prep did a really bad job prepping paint. So we got some issues there which we'll take care of, and then of course we got some issues here. I've like palmed this really hard, and the rust hasn't really eaten through all the metal, so there's definitely some good hope there. And then of course the typical dog leg rust. This side is pretty bad here. So we're gonna be touching this up, cleaning it out. Again, some of you will tell me I should be re-welding metal. I'm not going to. I'm just going to treat this, sand all of that down, get out all the rusty metal till there's good metal, and then just re-fiberglass. All right guys, actually before we hop into the messy dog legs, let's remove this front fender since it's pretty easy to do from this point. We got everything undone from the side skirt, so it's just a couple screws. We'll remove this, and then at some point we're also going to remove the front bumper, because the entire front clip here is going to get sanded between the hood, fender, and then of course there's some repair work on this famous, awesome front bumper. So we're going to make sure that that looks freaking sexy when it's all said and done. So let's hop into this. All right, guys, this is a little bit different than the newer 06 to 09. As you saw, I was fiddling a little bit, forgot a couple little things, but we got it all taken care of. I'm gonna just, since I'm here, we'll clean this up, do a little rust treatment there. Why not? And here is the fender removed. We're gonna completely sand this down to bare metal, reprimer, and get ready for paint. Not so bad, guys. We're gonna start with that first since it's easy, and then we'll continue to move on to the rest of this front bumper. It's a lot of work. All right, guys, so we got everything disassembled, as you can see there. The trickiest part for me to figure out was how to remove the nozzles from the front bumper cover, which you just squeeze these inner things here and it pops out. But from there, I'm just gonna do a quick treatment on this rust that's on the front, spray it down just to stop it from further rust. And then there's the front bumper. We're gonna remove the fog lights, the grills, the trim. I'm just gonna take a little bit of a break and then we'll come back to it. off camera, I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and just treat that front bumper, and then we'll get back to it. And then time to go and sand the hood down. That's gonna be the fun part. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. It's a lot of freaking work, but the better we get it, the more perfect the car will be. I gotta sand that back down on the fender here. There's some rough spots, so I'm gonna go back over everything, smooth it out, and go from there. All right, guys, there's the front bumper. We got all the plastic inserts out, fog light covers. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the plastic trim there now, wash it down, sand it a little bit in the areas that it needs some repair. Take over here, and then just give it a nice light sand and prep it for a spray. Not gonna sand all the way down. All right, guys, we fixed up the front a little bit there with the rust, treated it a little bit so it stops. Now we're gonna take off the emblem since it looks to be good, surprisingly. And then I'm gonna bring this car outside, we're gonna wash the hood, and then begin to sand this down to metal, do some body filler in these rough areas, and go from there. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a break from there, and since the weather looks like it's clear now, I'm just gonna take some body filler and just fill in some of the scrapes that are scuffed up on the bottom, so I can let that dry and sand it down, primer it, and get this thing ready for paint. Alright guys, I went and just got some fresh sandpaper for this hood. We're, as you can see, making some really good headway. I ran out of the sandpaper, kind of went bad, so I had to put a pause, but it's getting there. This front end is almost ready here for some body filler like we did to the bumper, and get that smoothed out and then primered so it doesn't look like there was ever any rust issues there. So we'll just keep hopping into this, and soon this hood will come off and get it primered off the car.
Never make promises, 'cause I don't keep them. I never make promises, 'cause I don't keep them. 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 I don't keep them.
All right, boys. This is day one of paint preparation, so I hope you guys enjoyed so far. Here's the latest update. The fender we still got to work on. I got to sand it down and reprimer that one more time. This here we're not finished sanding yet, but I wanted to get at least a nice coat of body smoother filler there to try to fill in some of the holes from that rust. So tomorrow, once it's all really settled and dry, we can sand it all completely finished up, primer it, and have this thing ready to go. I'm gonna probably remove the hood from the car in the next part of this series. So I hope you guys can see that. And then to continue, I'm gonna get a fresh scuff pad. We're gonna scuff the rest of the paint here. And then in this area, this quarter panel here, we're gonna sand it completely down, fix all the rust spots, primer it, sand it, get ready to go. On this side of the car, same thing. We're just gonna scuff everything and get it ready to go. I'll probably do some sanding here. There's some orange peel from some paint job somebody must have done on this side, so we're gonna take care of some of that and then get this thing ready to go to the paint shop. Before it goes to the paint shop though, we will be doing some maintenance to it. We're gonna drop the oil pan and take care of some stuff. So that's kind of the game plan here. There's about a week or so that I'm not going to be available to work on the car, so I figured during that week this thing should be at the paint booth, which is why I'm prepping it now before I do some of the maintenance stuff that's on the docket to get done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more, because in the next episode we are going to finalize the rear quarter panels like I just said, the hood, and go from there. Subscribe, like, comment below. Check out my Instagram page at Kyle Pancis if you guys want to reach out to me, any questions, want to talk to me about your project, etc., etc. Happy to do so. A lot of you have, so it's awesome. Check out the links below. There's a merchandise plug in the link below if you guys want to support the channel anyway. All of those shirts and hats are all designed by myself, so enjoy them, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.